There we go. Hi again. Well, I am back again. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I ran out of time. Got too busy doing stuff, and you just have to sometimes do different stuff. So I'm back, and this should be on both my Facebook pages, and I'm not sure else. Apparently, I have to get an Instagram key every time I do this. I'm kind of running short on time again today because I have to go pick my daughter up. It's getting kind of chilly out. And she said, Dad, come pick me up. I said, I don't want to pick you up. You're too heavy. And she said, No, pick me up for real. I said, okay. So I got to go get her in about 25 minutes. So today I just want to talk about success and what it takes to be successful. So it's not really going to be all that long, I guess, because what really can you say about success that hasn't been said already by countless, many different people at different times? And that was one thing I noticed. I got to take these off. The glare's too much. I'm a little light, but it's too dark without it. So to be successful, the biggest thing I've noticed that everywhere that you go to, everything you look at when you are talking about being successful, and people tell you how to be successful, the number one thing that they always talk about is don't give up. They say don't quit, don't give up, keep going, keep trying. You're going to fail sometimes. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, rub some dirt in it, however you want to do it. Say it. But it boils down to don't give up. Keep plugging away at everything that you're trying to do. And success takes time. It was just plain and simple. Some people are prodigies. They're great right out of the case, right? And so they're great at chess, they're great at baseball, they're great at computers, whatever. And they don't need a whole lot of extra teaching, but they still fail sometimes. It's no secret. And the honest ones will tell you, hey, I still mess up. Myself, I mess up a lot. I fail a lot. Things happen. That's the way it goes. So that's the way life goes. But I'll give you a couple of stories about success, though, that I have dealt with personally. First, those of you who know me know I work at Premier Bank Card. I've been there now for 16 years. I'm starting my 16th year. It's been a long time, especially when you consider my first year there. I didn't think I was going to make it past the first year. I really didn't. I hated my job, to be honest with you. I really did. It was all I could do some days to drag myself out of my car, to go into my desk, log in, and start making calls as a collector. Because one thing I'm not is a bill collector. And my supervisor at the time, his name was Mark Rolfe, a great big thank you, because he never gave up on me. That whole time that I was there that first year, there were so many times that first year he could have fired me for my performance because I was barely making the bottom of the goal every day. And he worked with me, found ways for me to get around. One thing he did is, and not just for me, there were other people too, he strongly suggested that I volunteer to go to a different department for a while to learn more about the company and see how that would work. So I went from collections to credit, where I took calls for people setting up credit cards. You know what? It worked. When I went back to my collector's desk on Mark's team, I was all of a sudden collecting better. And I was actually getting some incentive money, not a whole lot, not like the big guns were, but I was actually getting some extra money each month. So that was a lot due to Mark. He's retired now, and he was an example of someone who doesn't give up. And the funny thing about Mark is, we did the math. So back in 1990 something, I bought this real nice component stereo system, big oak cabinet, that had the dual cassette player, had the CD player, the Wi-Fi receiver, the equalizer. Oh my gosh, it was like $1,000. But we figured that he was actually the credit manager at Williams Electronics, which is where I got it at. So I actually bought it from him like 20 years before I started working for him. So it was pretty funny on that. But Mark, his side hustle was he was a repo man. He was a supervisor at Premier. We did repossessions too. And my favorite story that he ever told was about this one car he'd been trying for months to find. And he said he told his buddy who helped him with repossessing cars. They sort of teamed up. They worked together. They worked separately, but they worked together. It was safer because Mark, in his time as a repo man, had been shot. He'd been stabbed. He'd been beaten up, been spit on, cussed out, pushed down. And at the time I knew him, he'd had 3 heart attacks already, and he was 50 something. Where I'm at now. That's sad. Anyway, he's retired now anyway. But the favorite story he ever told about that was he'd been trying to repossess this car from this woman. It had been months. The bank had been wanting this car. And he told us, but let's go try one more time. It's wintertime. And they went to one of our grocery stores called Hy-Vee. So I'm going to look back in the back. There's this big area back there, sort of like an alley that drives behind the store where the service trucks park and stuff, delivery trucks. He told us, damn guys, and there was that car. So I got my keys out from the bank. I hopped in the car and I waited out in front of the store. And that woman came out. She was pushing her cart. It was somewhere around this time of year. So sometime around Christmas, by the way, Thanksgiving, Christmas. He said, I made sure I drove right in front of her. She was coming out of the store with her kids behind her, her shopping cart full of groceries. I honked. I rolled the window and I said, I told you I was going to get the car. And he drove off, left her there with her cart and kids in wintertime at Hy-Vee. He was pretty cold, but he was a great guy. Still is, as far as I know. I haven't seen him for a few years since he retired. No one really tells you anything about stuff if they don't know him. But that's the kind of guy Mark was. He didn't give up on that stuff. He kept plugging away too, and he taught that to me and the people that worked for him. And he made exceptions. To give you an idea of something that he did, he told me once when I was struggling, he called me in the office, and he said, you know what, Jamie, you're going to hear all kinds of sob stories by these people about why they can't pay. My dog died. The pickup's got a flat tire. My wife ran away with her boyfriend, something like this. So life's a country song in collections. You say, you know what you got to keep in your head? I don't care. So a few weeks later, I was on a call, and I couldn't tell you, should I say it was a man or a woman, but apparently I was being monitored. And at some point, this person had reached this point where I was just tired. I said, I don't care about your story. I just want to collect your money and go. So let's get this done. So Mark called me into the office and said, I know I told you to always think that in your head that you don't care, but you can't tell the customers that. Well, I thought it was pretty, he was laughing when he said that. He said, don't do it again. So I didn't. I think it a lot. Even in customer service, I don't care. I don't want to hear this. Let me fix your issue. I've already been done fix your issue 3 minutes ago and you're still talking. I really don't care. I know it's bad to say in customer service, but sometimes people go on too far. Anyway, just a couple of funny stories. So success means don't give up. Keep trying. It's like with this business, it starts off slow. There's a few prodigies that right away they're hitting top dollars and stuff and doing great. They're the exception. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme for people doing this business. It's online. You can work from home. You can pretty much work at your leisure, but you still have to put effort into it. And there's training classes to do. They're all online. It's all free for that. And free training. You got a huge community of people to help you out, to support you, to give you advice. My mentor, Chick, is awesome. Our coach is great, Terrell. And if you sign up, I'll probably be your mentor. Yeah, go figure, right? So the trick is don't give up. And don't worry about what the other people say. That's where the I don't care attitude comes in. And this, people are going to say it's stupid, it's a scam, it's worthless, you're wasting your time. And you can't listen to that. It's a bunch of BS. For people who don't have the gumption to try to do something themselves, they want to keep stuff going the way it does, the way that they are, because they're too scared to step up and make a change, really. And so anytime you start in a business, not just this one, but anytime, you got those people who are going to say that to you, and you can't listen to them. And that's where the I don't care goes to in this case. You can say what you want to. I don't care. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep working on it until I succeed. And we have goals we want to meet. Are they going to happen next week? No. Next month? Probably not. 6 months, hopefully. By the end of the year, next year, definitely. I can say that. Even if I have to adjust the time frames a little bit. Oh, it's 3:09. I can't see without my glasses on, so I had to get closer to the clock to see. So, whatever you're doing, just remember, don't give up. If you're watching this on a replay, hey, I hope you enjoy it. One other thing about Mark, and he was my favorite supervisor at Premier, bar none, is his passion in life was fishing. Every year until he got, I think it was after his third heart attack. So he only had 2 heart attacks by the time I'd met him when I started there. He had a third one while I was still working there. That's what stress can do to you, sadly. But he was like me. He was a single parent. When he was younger, raised the kids by himself. Fortunately, I met a great lady, Lily, who's taken over for the last 12 years. Anniversary's coming up soon, too. But he had a lot of the same things go on in his life that I did when I was younger. And so his passion was fishing. He had a group of 3 or 4 guys that he went fishing with every year. They'd go up north somewhere, some lake, in the Dakotas or Minnesota. We'd go on for a week or 2 weeks just fishing. And so if ever he was starting to chew me out for something, I would wait and I'd say, hey, Mark, did you get to go fishing this year with you guys? And all of a sudden, for the next 15 minutes, we talk about fishing, boop, out of trouble. So I found out where I could steer him away from. So that way things wouldn't be so bad. And I miss him as a supervisor sometimes, in case you can tell on that, because he was a great guy. He made a big impression on my life and my career at Premier. And hopefully for anyone watching, it'll make an equal impression on you when we work together. So I'll let this go for now because I got to start getting ready to go get my daughter here in a few minutes. And in case you don't notice, I have kind of a warped sense of humor that'll pop up every once in a while. It's my generation, kind of crazy. But I got to go get her soon, so I'll cut this off now. So I hope y'all have a great day and a great Thanksgiving. I'm going to try to get back on here again tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow night because it's Thanksgiving the next day. I got stuff to make tomorrow night. Lily's going to be making some stuff as well. Family's coming down. Friends are coming up. It's going to be a great day Thursday. How many now with some snow? After Thanksgiving, so people can get home safely. But, this snow, get ready for Christmas. So y'all have a great day. Bye. Where's the button at?